appropriate.
So apologize.
There's nothing wrong with apologizing. You're a man, Schulz. You can apologize. People will respect you. Don't. It's not like you made a joke. It wasn't a joke, Schulz.
It was a joke.
It wasn't a joke.
It was a joke.
No,
It was
I'm
100%
saying
a
it
joke.
wasn't in the context of a joke.
Of course, it was a context of a joke. Absolutely. I wasn't seriously wanting to know what color fucking underwear you wear. Also, I'm 35 years old. I don't get turned on by girls' underwear color.
That wasn't the point.
What was the point?
You know what the point is.
You offended her.
What was the point?
You know the point.
No, you explained the point to me.
I've already explained the point.
Which is what?
Why do you think you have the audacity to even ask a question like that?
Okay,
he's an audacious person.
That's great.
100% audacious person.
But there's something funny about it.
There's a certain. Well, I mean, we define what's funny. It's very difficult to define what's funny, right? Like we've been talking about AIDS today, right? Like you've been involved in that conversation. There might be people with AIDS that don't find that funny as well, right? So everything. It depends on the person that's taking in that information. You didn't find my absurdist joke about asking what color underwear you're wearing as you're walking up to a grieving parent's house, asking him how he felt about his kid being murdered.
Right.
He probably didn't like you asking him that. I was probably way more offensive to him that you would ask that than me asking what color underwear you are.
But clearly you weren't paying
attention. Wait. No, let me finish.
No, don't cut her off like that.
No. I'm still talking. Let me finish. So what I was trying to do is juxtapose the absolute absurdity of you walking up to a grieving parent and asking them how they feel about their dead kid with an absurd question about your underwear, and the fact that you're more offended and think that I shouldn't be able to ask that question while you were willing to ask about a dead child.
Right.
To me, should put some context on that.
No, you don't have to referee.
Right.
If you roll back the tape,
That was the joke.
I prefaced it with, I didn't even get to the door. I prefaced it with being a younger reporter and mistakes that I had made that I would never mistake now. I also said I never even got to answer or even ask, rather, the question before the gun was cocked and he put it in my face.
That was your intent.
And Peter, the intent was because that's what my bosses needed me to do.
Yeah, but just because your boss needs you to do something doesn't mean you should do it.
Right, but I was also 21 in the game, and I literally prefaced the conversation by saying a mistake that I would have made then is not a mistake that I know.
I remember that. I rember it. So for me,
let me repeat this for a second.
And then I backed it up with
Charlotte wants it. I feel uncomfortable when you were looking at my breasts. I did.
You know what it sounded?
I did.
That was a great point you just made, but you know what it sounded real good before that?
Blacks?
No. Listen, I'm sorry.
That being said, how about this? I am sorry if something I said made you feel any way that was different than the intent of it.
Hey!
That's fair.
Thank you, Feather.
That's fair.
Thank you,
That's
Feather.
fair, right? That's good. You know what I mean? I quit this podcast.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you.